What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Duocon's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Transformers Siege Skytreads, which we might know as flywheels. This is on loan to me from Peanut. He actually asked me if I wanted to look at a few of the deluxes. I said sure, and then he sent me all of this, and I told him I'm not looking at any of that. But I'll look at some of these deluxes. And this is the last one of the set that he gave, and then I got a few more to look at. The Shockwave and the Ultra Magnus, and I'll probably space those out over the next couple weeks, and we'll move on. Let's look at accessories. And he namely comes with these two. They're both burgundy, they're both different sculpts, they both have hollow parts, they both have 5mm pegs, and they both have some copper or gold accents, which actually look nice on them. And as you saw in the opening footage, he holds them just fine. Plus, they can plug into any 5mm port, and I do mean any. And they can peg into the jet in a number of different ways. And you can plug them into the tank, or like this on the tank. You can also take the two guns and plug them in together for a suspension ray super launcher. Don't you ever call it a suspension ray super launcher. Which you can hold just fine with both hands. And now let's take a look at the figure. So the head sculpt. I like it a lot. I think they did a good job. The red paint on the eyes look good, and the silver paint on the face looks good. No issues there. It's on a ball peg, and it almost feels like the ball peg is on a hinge, but it might be oh, I see. So the ball peg goes into the chest, and the peg is in the head. That's why you get it feels like a little extra neck rotation there, or articulation, and then you get a swivel as well, and a little bit of a confused dog look, so that's good. For the chest, we have this kind of turquoise paint there that looks good, the Decept symbol, and then the gold paint on the sides. All that looks good. Shoulders. You got a universal. You get the arm all the way out to the side, to that angle, and then most of the way around. It does get ate up on the wing. You can get the wing out of the way, so no issues there. Bicep swivel, some hollow bits in there. Big hollow bit there. Single hinged elbow, get you way past 90 degrees. Wrist, no swivel, you do get a hinge in and out due to transformation. Same for the other side. Waist swivel. Right though, you don't even need to pick this up. It's right at that awkward cut right in the middle of the pelvis, which isn't ideal, but it is functional, so that's ultimately fine. Universals for hips. Once again, I thought these were going to be ball pegs when I first took a look at them because of how skinny they were. Full Van Damme. Full Monty. Thigh swivel, right below there. Knees on a single hinge to get you 90 degrees. We got some gold accents here and here on the tread, as well as on the arm that I didn't speak about. And then some on the top of the feet. And then we have some nice weathering done. This is, I'm guessing dry brush, but it looks more purposeful than just a random dry brush. Here and here as well, it almost looks like properly done weathering. This is one of the best ones, at least the most purposeful ones that I've seen. So that's quite nice. And then from the back, you're gonna get this look, or this look, whatever your little heart desires. And I think that that's ultimately fine. And we didn't talk about the ankle. So we got an ankle tilt down, which is nice. Maybe a little bit, like just the tiniest bit up, and then a rocker. So, you know, once again, it's pretty much on par with what we've been seeing in terms of quality engineering in regards to the action figure element. So there he is with an Aerial Bot Deluxe, slightly smaller, but I don't think it really shows in this one, and I think the proportions work better. I think this one is taller because the proportions are worse. And then there he is with an old school Voyager, and I have one more size comparison I want to show you before I get out of here. There he is with Mech Ideas Crankcase for all you IDW fans, and I think this kind of works. He should probably be a little bit bigger, but I think it kind of works. I think you can kind of squint and get past it. All right, let's get him transformed, and to do that, you first want to disconnect the top from the bottom. Flip the hands in. This should be pretty obvious where they go. Flip this cockpit here up, and then this whole flap that the head is on, that also flips up to form the top part of the jet. Down here, these pieces flip open, but they are stuck in, and I had see, both times I've done it, they've come off of the tension hinge that they're on here. That one came a lot smoother. Wrap those around to the side, and then you want to fold in these two pieces of the chest, bringing the arms kind of to the underside. At which point you can flip this piece down, and then make sure that the hands are facing you on the bicep, like where the bicep swivel, adjust the bicep swivel as needed, and then connect the hands under, or the forearms underneath which puts the arms at kind of a funky angle at the elbow. For the legs, open up the panels at the bottom, flip the legs back, straighten the feet, and plug in the feet to the connecting port for the two bots, or the two parts of the bot rather, I suppose. And just line it up and plug it in. And then take these two pieces here and put them on top and plug them in. I'll clean it up. We'll take a look at it. So here they are. And I think they do the job nicely. I'm happy that they did the split up thing. I wish there was a way to combine them as well. I mean, I know that might be a little goofy, but I wish there was a way. And maybe there is with one of these little upgrade sets. Like all one of these little things, and you put it in a thing, and then it connects onto the thing, but I don't know. The jet is kind of more problematic. This stuff under here doesn't really clean up as nicely as you wish it would. The top part looks fine, and then the tank I think works really well, and the transformation is fairly interesting, so I'm quite fond of this. I'm having a problem getting this one to tab in properly. See how I tab this one in, and I might just not have something lined up, or it could be a tolerance issue as we experienced in one of these pieces here. But overall, I think it's fairly successful in what it's trying to do. This one more so than this one, however, this one actually works properly, at least on the one that I'm dealing with. I'm having a little issue here. Tiger Tracks! Let's talk about the negatives. The one purple flap on the flank is not toleranced well, at least on the one that I have. It was very difficult to get out, and then once I got it out, it flapped the one piece open and popped it off of the two struts that were kind of supporting it, and it happened twice the exact same way. The other one worked fine, but that one was problematic. I also couldn't get the brown flaps to plug in quite properly on the tank, so there is, at least in my opinion, a bit of a QC issue in regards to that. That's objective. Subjectively, there's a little bit more hollowness that's visible in this one that I don't particularly care for. I know it doesn't bother some, but we're not talking about some, we're talking about me. And it bothers me a little bit. There's also some weird clearance between why did I say it like that? It sounds like Clarence parents had a real good marriage. There's a real clearance issue between the hip piece and the pelvis piece on the bot, and you kind of have to grind the plastic against other pieces of plastic in order to pull off some of the articulation, which is a bit troublesome as well. Positives wise though, we're still seeing the same build improvements. We're seeing a lot more universals, a lot less ball pegs. We're seeing more paint. The weathering paint we're seeing well executed, which we haven't always. I think the sculpt is good, and I think the engineering is unique and pretty enjoyable. So if you're into this line or you're into this scale, I can recommend this piece. The materials feel a little bit better than what we've been used to recently as well. So, you know, there might be something about Takara having their hand in this line a little bit more heavy-handedly, you might say, that's making this line more of a success, but maybe that would be more of a sit-down Saturday topic to look at and sort of really dig into. But as far as this guy goes, it's pretty well done. Suspension Ray Super Launcher. Give me a break. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.